Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for attending today. We're about to start. We're going to wait 1 or 2 more minutes so everyone else can join us. If you want to leave in the chat where you're from and from where you're watching us, we are super happy to have you all here, and we would love to hear all about you and get to know you better. So please also use the chat and the Q&A box in case you have any questions for Adrian during the presentation, so he's able to answer them as soon as possible. And thank you again, everyone, for attending. We are Real Estate IQ. Your deal is our mission, and we're a deal maker and dream maker. And we provide the best real estate solutions committed to help one more person to win. So make your deals come true. So this is the streamline your deal making process. So these are the solutions that we provide. We offer off-market leads. We provide daily updated leads, Monday to Friday, of motivated sellers to contact. So get the freshest data mined straight from the card houses. We also offer EVA CMA, run real estate comps in seconds with our renewed CMA. You can check each property's data, select the ones to compare, and get reports instantly. We also offer custom leads mining. So if you're looking for specific area leads, look no further. We now provide custom off-market data mining all over 50 states. And last but not least, we also offer virtual assistants, one solution for administrative tasks, customer service, and technical support to grow your business. So let's walk together toward your success. If you're looking for more, please try our exclusive membership. These are our social media accounts where you can follow us as well. We are in Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and you can use the QR codes that appear below of each icon so you can join us in our community. You can also use the QR code that appears on the right side of the screen to join us in our newsletter so you don't miss any of our weekly webinars and in-person events. We also offer you a free 30-minute in-depth consultation of Real Estate IQ's services with one of our experts. Feel free to schedule it now by scanning the QR code that appears on the screen or by answering the poll that should also appear on your screen. This is a very short video of what we do. Okay, so I don't want to make him lose more time. Thank you again, everyone, for attending today. Again, feel free to use the chat box and the Q&A box to ask Adrian all the questions and concerns you may have during the presentation. And if you don't mind answering the poll that appears on the screen, so we know if you would like to have a free demonstration of our tools. Thank you. Moving forward to you, Adrian.
All right. Thank you very much. Can we see my screen?
Perfect. Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. And we're going to be talking about marketing yourself. Now, yes, this is pertaining to mainly real estate. That's why we are here. But honestly, no matter what business we're in, whatever we do, we are marketing. So that is an everything, and we just change it a little bit depending on if we're in real estate. And then every little niche within the real estate, we just tweak it for that little niche. So there's something in what we're going to talk about today for absolutely everyone, no matter what you are doing. Uh, I'm going to give a lot of information today. I have a way for you to get even more afterwards, but there's going to be a ton. You already were told, if you have any questions, put it in the chat there. I'll leave a few minutes at the end, but if you have a particular question right where we're at and I see it in time, I would rather answer it right there so that we can get it when we're all in the same topic mindset. So let's move forward. I want to start out with some fears about marketing yourself. If you have any different ones than I'm putting on here, go ahead and start putting in the chat because I'd love to know what fears. But I did some polls of different people and asked, and one of them is like spending a lot of money. Marketing isn't always cheap. You can spend a lot of money with no results, and you can spend a lot of money with a lot of results. So that can be a fear, especially when we're starting out. Now, I'm going to go over some free ways to market yourself. I still do them today, and then of some paid ways. Marketing does not work. That is another really big fear of people. Like, well, what if it doesn't work? We're going to touch on that. I'll give you a quick one is you have to just fail forward. You have to test stuff. We're going to go over some mindset to get over some of these fears because that's really what stops us from ever marketing. What other people think of us. Uh, I wear a yellow shirt all the time. I could sit there and be like, man, people are calling me a yellow traffic cone, or they're saying they confuse me with construction workers. These are all real jokes that my friends have of me. But that's fine. I get to choose how I let that affect me. Do I let it bring me down or not? We can't please everyone. So we have to kind of change our mindset a little bit there that some people won't like it, but we need to focus on the people that need our help and that do like it. Being braggy, not, cocky or some of the word, prideful, staying humble. This is one that I've struggled through, and there still are times I deal with this one. But we'll touch on that a little bit too, because that is a legitimate fear that holds a lot of us back. And then how about fear of video? This is one that I am just now in the last week really getting over. I've made some videos of myself before, but I have no problem jumping on here and talking, but just to put a video on Facebook or Instagram or some YouTube was a challenge for me. I'm working through that right now. We're going to touch on all of these a little bit, but I'll tell you, really what I want you to do is find the one or two that we're going to talk about that sound the most appealing to you and take action with that. Because once you start building the mindset, then maybe you do go over to video that is a little bit harder for you because you'll have more confidence. Not having the right target market. We're going to talk about that, how to find who your avatar. That's actually what we're going to talk about on it. Who's your avatar? Because then you're going to focus on that group of people that you serve. And then like Facebook rules, algorithms. Do I get banned? Do I go to Facebook jail? Do I get kicked off? Do I lose my account? There's all these horror stories. I'll tell you, I am not an expert on it. I do pretty well with social media, especially Facebook. I'm not an expert. I've also never gotten kicked off, never gotten threatened. So there's always these examples that are pretty extreme out there. All of these fears, if you really go a little bit deeper on them, they all have to do with confidence, the lack of confidence. So that's why I want to focus on next 45 minutes or so is to build your confidence up a little bit more, give you some good action items to go with, but to build the confidence some so that you can start taking action and marketing yourself a little bit better. So let's talk about some like traditional marketing. We got all these. We got, the postcards, Google AdWords, MLS, yellow letters, the signs on the side of the road, all these different marketing. They all can work. I recommend you being very specific. You can see mine saying mobile homes because I buy mobile home. If you buy apartments, it needs to say apartments. You buy single family houses, it needs to say houses. You got to tell people what you're looking to buy. So all of these different ones, they can work across the board. If you know me at all, you know that for me, it is about networking. Networking is my favorite way and my best lead source. Coming to events like this, online, going in person ones, we're going to talk about the difference of using Zoom and going in person, networking yourself, letting people know about you, and then realtors. So it's other investors and realtors. Those are my best lead sources. That's why that's a lot of what we're talking about now. I don't have a big marketing budget. I know people have thousands and thousands of dollars a month. That's like my yearly budget. I bring in the same amount of deals that I did with a large marketing budget and without because people bring me referrals. And that's what I want to teach you to at least add some of those in. Referrals are some of our highest quality leads and cheapest dollar-wise leads. So how am I also marketing myself over and over and over again? Well, it's because I'm always wearing my yellow shirt. I become known for my famous yellow neon shirt everywhere I go, and it's fun for me. That's a lot of the thing we're going to be talking about here because some people on here are like already like, nope, this is too much attention. I don't like it. We're going to cover that. The key here is you have to find the marketing that is fun for you and make it part of your personality. Let me say that again. Your marketing has to fit your personality so that it is fun and you will continue to do it. Uh, I'll quickly show you some of these pictures here that I introduced you. You know, this is one of my good friends from second grade. You can see me on a big rocking horse. People don't care about my yellow shirt at that time. They cared, oh man, this is a big crazy rocking horse you're on. Oh yeah, does your wife really buy mobile homes? That's legit what happens. Is they're attracted by the item or the fun picture I'm on, and then they are reminded about what the shirt says. Right here in the middle, this is Miss West. This is my uh, fourth grade teacher. And when I'm in Plant City, I go to yoga multiple days a week at Y, and she's there. So I do yoga with one of my grade school teachers. And I told her when I was writing my book, I want you to be at my book signing. I'm probably your last student you'd ever think would write a book. And she got quiet. So I did not ask again. I took the head. But it was very special for me to have her there. But you can see, like, I'm having fun. I like a little bit of attention here. And I'm consistent. I'm consistent with my marketing. You're going to hear me say consistent, and you're going to hear me say fun a lot for the next 45 minutes. Any marketing you do, if it's these, if it's print, it's any of the traditional stuff, you got to do at least 6 months. Really, that number's starting to grow to a little bit higher number of months. If you try it for a month or two, honestly, you don't have enough data. We're in a world that there's always marketing everywhere now. So you need to have 6 months at least to know if it works or not. Now, I'm always marketing, I just said. I'm having fun. I got to be consistent. Well, what happens when I want to go swimming, or I'm at the beach, or I'm on a cruise? I love going on cruises. What happens then? Well, I found a solution because I don't want to wear my shirt in those times. And that solution is here. Right here. You like it or not, you're going to remember this picture. And by the way, that's my friend Mike Hicks, fantastic guy with the Airbnb experiential world. And we're walking on the beach, I think it's St. Martin. Yeah. And he keeps going and reminding people, hey, I'm not his wife. So he was having fun with it too. I'm obviously attracting a lot of attention. If you like it or not, you remember this picture. What does that mean? One photo, you remember me. It cost me less time and less money. So, memorable marketing will cost us less time and less money. Got to fit your personality. Real quick about me for anyone that doesn't know me, I grew up in Plant City, Florida. We're a little town in between Tampa and Orlando. And there's a picture of my family. I'm the little one there in the blue and white. I'm the middle child. My big brother's a tall one there. My parents, our little brother. Grew up in middle class family. You know, we weren't spoiled, but we had some nice things growing up. And I eventually move out, like we all do. Stayed semi-local, 20 minutes or so from my parents. And at 18, 19, 20 years old, we were not good tenants. My friends and I, here are a few of our eviction notices. These are eviction notices for wrestling, like spaghetti wrestling, footing wrestling, mud wrestling, even parking a motorcycle in the living room. Moral of the story here is don't rent to 20-year-old Adrian and his friends. But I'm a problem solver. So what do I do to solve this problem? I bought a house so we would stop getting evicted. Bought this house, moved my friends in, divided my mortgage up amongst my friends. I lived for free. It was awesome. Bought it right, renting it right. And then I said, well, why don't we do it again? Go to buy another house. But the next house I bought at the top of the market, the last recession came crashing down. I had an adjustable rate mortgage. I'm the guy they wrote about in the newspaper. I sold it basically at the bottom, as you can see here, for about 50% loss. My adjustable rate mortgage, the payment was going up. I was losing a little bit more every month. The value was going down. It was a nightmare. I didn't know what I was doing, though. I didn't buy it right. I didn't rent it right. But I didn't lose this house. So that's what kind of kept me in this real estate game, is because I didn't lose this house because I bought it right and rented it right. Eventually, I found mobile homes. I found my first mobile home through networking. I was at a real estate investors meeting. We're going to talk about networking at those in a little bit, but that's how I found my first mobile home. And I still have that one today, making really good money. I made my niche of mobile homes, single unit mobile homes with the land. I've been on here before and taught about those. I think you can go back and find the recordings, but I found it because I was networking myself. I'm going to press on that hard because that's what we're here to talk about. I became known about mobile homes around the area. I became known of the yellow shirt around the country as well. That's why when I wrote my book, I kept it yellow, because that is the color. That is me. That is how I've been marketing myself. And I've done all of that through networking as well. Uh, Actually, it looks like I got to update this. The Amazon reviews is over 200 now. Those are all legit reviews. I didn't pay anyone. I was networking, legit asking people, what'd you think about my book? Do you mind writing a review? Could we use the same philosophy there when we're talking to people? Well, do you know anyone that would need to sell their mobile home? Do you mind if I just ask them a few questions and see if I can help them? This can keep translating to all different topics. We do it the same. We just have to change the way we work, speak a little bit. So, I usually get a question, so I'll go ahead and put the QR code of where my book is at. Uh, you can get it there on Amazon or anywhere else. I'm teaching about mobile homes and about my inspirational story of how I went through it all and what I do today. Next, we've talked about me. Let's talk about Lifestyle RI real quick. What is it? It's to bring sunshine, joy, and happiness into your life and business. Sunshine, that is part of my business vision. I like to be bright and stuff. Then when I started researching even deeper about marketing, I found out, well, the color yellow represents the sun and sunshine. It makes sense. This is more emotional, psychological colors and what they do in the subconscious mind. So I kept my color yellow. It was important. That's one reason I use that word, because these little things will help us build rapport and be able to buy and help our customers, our clients, whoever we are trying to work with. So I like to point that out in this presentation because it is a part of the marketing there. I'm teaching for my success, my failures, and then I'm a platform for my friends that run successful real estate businesses that come in, teach what they do, and go back to the business they love. I've got friends that do that in a few different things like the mobile homes, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. So let's talk about the mindset. I want to get back to that topic now. We talked about the fears. I told you we would work on curing them and getting some more confidence. I'm going to give you the tiny bit of taste of what I do for the mindset. It's the big topic, and we got to practice. That's one of the best ways to build confidence. Got to practice, practice, practice. Do you think that I just like asked someone to put these slides together and jumped on here? No. I had to go through the slides a few different times so that I know it's there. So I'd have confidence to present it today. If not, I'd be tripping over and not knowing what's next and not what's going on. We just gotta practice. That's a simple little things. Before you go to a meeting, what you're gonna say, maybe practice it. We do that over and over. The flip side is I don't want the analysis paralysis to happen, where all you do is practice and never go out and do anything. I mean, you can practice in the real life as well. You want to do something behind the scenes so you have a little bit more confidence, but that's a good way to start. Affirmations, I do the incantations. The really quick on these, I'm not the expert that teaches them, but I use them every single day. You know what? Actually, everyone uses them every single day. I just happen to be intentional with them. What's an affirmation? It's something we are affirming to ourselves. So I affirm to myself that I am a bright sunshine and I speak with confidence and joy and happiness into other people's lives. So that's a very positive affirmation. Now, what's the incantation? You just do it with a lot of energy and excitement. It helps rewire the brain a little bit faster. Why do I say everyone does this all the time? Well, it's because have you ever caught yourself saying, I'm just not good at that? I am terrible with names. You are affirming it when you say it over and over and over again. So starting to catch that, what do I recommend with this is have your list of what you're working on to build the confidence and what area it is and say it in the morning. Every single morning, I go through my affirmations, what I'm working on that time, relationship wise, business wise, where I'm just trying to improve. So that'll really help your confidence. Focus on what's working. High achievers, we like to always try to grow and do better and better and better, which means a lot of times, unfortunately, we focus on what's not working. When we're trying to build confidence, I have found it works better to like what's really working, and let's focus on that and grow it. And then when we get our confidence pretty big, not like to an unhealthy level, but pretty good, then we can start working on the things that aren't so great because we'll already have the borrowed confidence of what's really working really well. So let's use what's working to build us up a little bit and start with what's fun and working. I told you you're going to hear fun over and over and over again. The reason is the secret behind that is if it's fun, you will do it. If it's not fun, you won't do it. So again, my marketing's fun for me. It's not going to be fun for everyone. Got to find what's fun for you. And then what's already working. Why do I do the networking side of it? Well, it fits my personality. We're going to talk about that. But it also started working. There's lots of other marketing styles that do work, and they even work for me. But I started going towards what was working more and doing less of what wasn't working as well. Well, if it's working, what was it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's some saying like that. Let's stick with that. Zig Ziglar. If you don't, no, sorry, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And one of the quotes that I really keep at, especially when I'm starting something new. I listen to a lot of Zig Ziglar. So find your people that you like in the mindset motivational world and listen to them. Help them build your confidence up. I love this quote. It helps me realize that I'm not supposed to be great when I start out. It's if you really think about it, it's kind of silly to think I would never mess up. Mel Robbins, she's another one of my favorites. Confidence is the willingness to try. Man, when I heard her say that, I still remember where I was. I was at my friend's lake house, walking outside, listening to a podcast of hers. And I heard that. I was like, never heard it framed that way. It's just the willingness to try. And I've kind of taken that a little step further that usually my goal is just to try it, not the outcome of did it work or not, because I can completely control trying it. and giving it a shot, because then I can have a complete win, and that builds my confidence. If I'm fixated on the result, a lot of times if it doesn't work or it's out of our control sometimes if it works or not. So she's another great one. We got Hal Elrod. There's a lot of people. Because we're limited on time, I'm not going to go through all these different people, but find your people that you like to follow. And I spent a lot of time letting them help recharge and help me bring my confidence back up. What makes you unique? Anyone has anything, throw it in the chat. I'd love to know what makes you unique. For me, it's my shirt, remember? It took a long time for that to become my unique that people knew and understood. It took a long time for everyone to start knowing me as the guy in neon yellow, the yellow shirt guy. I stick to my personality. That's like my unique. I mentioned it's got to be fun. So it needs to be your personality, being memorable. A question to kind of ask yourself here: are you the big professional company or are you the person next door? There's no right or wrong answer as long as it's yours. I'm not the big professional company. Some people want to do business with a big professional company, and they're probably not going to want to do business with me. I'm the person next door. It's my personality. Look, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I don't like a suit. So it's my personality. If I was going to wear a suit, it'd have neon yellow t-shirts all over it. Find your unique and own it, no matter what it is. Now, cats are still one of the most searched things on the internet. I want to give you a very good example of this unique. My sister-in-law loves fat cats. She's got a fat cat, chunky cat. So if there's any cat lovers on here, you love cats. You can talk about cats probably longer than real estate. I like cats, but I'm not going to talk about them all day. She posts about her cat and talks about her cat all the time. But during COVID, when we were restricted on what we could do, everyone ended up on the internet more, and she found her people. When I say her people, I mean Facebook groups of hundreds of thousands of people that all love fat cats, or they call them chunky cats. She's an artist as well, so she did an alphabet book for fat cats, chunky cats. Would you believe that there's tons of people that want to buy it? It's enough that it became a best-selling book. She's been on the news for it and everything. I wouldn't have guessed that because I'm not a cat lover. She found her unique, she owned it, and she went with it. There's something that you love that you can talk about forever. Use that in your marketing, your personality. All right, let's keep moving on. Who's your avatar? I mentioned this earlier. This is not something that you can just get in day one. Or if you do, you're going to have to tweak it. Trust me. I've tweaked mine. Mine keeps changing here and there. It took me a little bit to really refine it. And this does go along with your personality. I'm going to throw out some quick questions here for to try to get you thinking about who is your avatar. What is the version of you, your past? A lot of times we want to help like ourselves. That's one reason I relate to the person next door. It's one reason I relate to people that like some land, that have animals, because I grew up on 2.5 acres. I grew up with different animals, like not just the dogs and cats, like the ferrets, the rabbits, the chickens, like animals, like the barn animals, we call them. So I relate with that person. I have a little bit more to talk about there. So who were you once? Um, let people know your experience. Like, what are you experienced with? So if you're experienced with something, maybe you can help people that are looking to get to that or looking for that world. And that is the person that's going to like gravitate to you more. So, what challenges have you overcome? We've all overcome some type of challenge. If you can find a way to have that challenge somewhat related into your business, well, then you can help people with it. Look, that's what I'm doing today. I slowly made my way through this marketing thing, made it work, became known as a guy in yellow shirt. Now I'm teaching about marketing. Do you think that was in my mind 10 years ago? No, I didn't think I was going to be teaching this. But now I realize I'm good at this. Other people have asked me about it. Well, yeah, let me share and help. So now one of my avatars is people that want to learn more how to market themselves. Uh, who can you serve in the deepest way? What setbacks have you survived? People love to learn and help and talk to people that have been through a setback. One of my friends, Bill Cook, his first real estate transaction was a subject to, meaning he actually was the one that sold the house and the investor bought it from him subject to. Well, when he actually became a real estate investor later in life, he could already relate to someone that would want to sell their house as a subject to. So he had better rapport than I ever could or ever can because he's been there and I haven't. Think through those. What are your uniquenesses? We talked about that. Is there like who is there that you can truly help, like truly relate to? See, there's a common theme with a lot of this avatar person. And remember, there are people out there that need your help. So I keep that in mind when it's, some fear comes in and maybe I'm too scared to help or go and do something. Well, someone needs to hear that message, and that's in all businesses. So don't cheat the person that needs to hear your message and needs you to buy their house, that needs you to buy their mobile home, whatever it is. Don't cheat them by staying quiet. All right. So you're gonna have to go through the avatar yourself, and then start marketing to that person. So let's talk about some social media. I'm gonna I'll say a little bit more vague. I'm gonna talk about Facebook, but all of this can be translated over to all the different platforms. You just have to kind of, we'll say, tweak it a little bit. The algorithms work a little bit different. Maybe you have to have more pictures or more words. Just kind of depends on the platform you're on. But a lot of the concepts are very, very similar. So let's look. You can see I obviously stand out here. What happened with this picture? We're at a meeting, and I knew people were going to be taking pictures. I knew the RIA was going to be taking pictures. So I purposely sit right in the middle where I'm going to be in the pictures. I thought that through. So now I am in the middle. They take a picture. I'm going to be in it. And because I'm bright, then I'm going to be easy to see. So now they posted it. And let's look over here. Look, this is back from 2017. I didn't even know I was doing on Facebook back then. I went and tagged myself in their photo. I still do that today. I just had a friend the other day. We were at a mastermind walking down the beach, and he's like, "Why do you always tag yourself on everyone's photos?" Like, for one, I actually want the photos to be in my profile so I can go find them. But the other reason is look, now this RIA, TB RIA, is with Adrian Smude, not any of these other people. Look at all these people here. You don't know who any of them are. You know where one person is there, Adrian Smude. So doesn't that kind of like put me on the shoulders of maybe that RIA? Maybe there's a little more appearance that look, they're with me. And then anyone that clicked on that picture gets to see who I am. It's a virtual networking. And we maybe hopefully become friends on Facebook. We can chat some and we can do business together. So that is a huge strategy when you're using social media and the in-person. Stand on the shoulders of the giants. So I'm at another meeting, and my friend Rod Khleif, he's a big multifamily investor and educator out there. I'm obviously having fun in my Christmas outfit with my beautiful Erin there. And we went and took a picture together. And then I posted it and I tagged him. Look, I'm a guy, I will say a big deal in the mobile home space, but I don't have the following that Rod Khleif does. Rod Khleif has a much larger, he's been at this way longer than me. He has a larger audience. So I just got into his audience. Now, all of my people just got into Rod's. So it's like a sharing, like every one of my followers and friends and people that are in my network now know about Rod, and all his know about me. So I got to stand on the shoulders of giants, is what one of my mentors likes to say. And then also just working the algorithms. You're doing the tagging, you're sharing. Look, I checked into the meeting. So doing all of that, it works the algorithm, it helps everyone out, and then you get known and seen over and over. And because we're out there having fun, and then they see the yellow shirt. So it's consistent reminder. And then my friend Leo, his barrel engineer, I wanted to promote it. He's sponsored that RIA. So that was another reason, so we're getting in his network and helping him out as well there. You just got to be consistent with this. So here's a picture of my setup right here. I took this right before we jumped on here, and I didn't even get a chance to even post it yet. But this is, if I back up a little bit, this is what the picture you would get. This is my glass of, see, look, even my glass, I have a koozie, marketing. I want to always be there. This was an intentional picture. I mean, you think I always have my book sitting there? No, I put it there because I'm going to put it on as a picture. I'm going to tag Real Estate IQ. And if I know anyone that's on here, I'm going to tag you. So now we're in each other's networks. We're being there. I didn't even realize it until just now. That corner over there, I've got that card there from my wife because that always sits there. So it's not all business. That's spreading some happiness and love. That's part of my what I'm all about. I want you to do this too. You can do this on Zoom, the same things. Some other little pointers I want to show you here on Zoom. You can see my background. I got a virtual background here. Believe it or not, I'm not in front of a trailer right now. I got a virtual background. Is this kind of attention getting? And this is a mobile home we actually own, but it gets people's attention. People get attention, get noticed a little bit more. What do I have right here? I have a QR code. Do I know if that works? Honestly, I don't. I don't know if anyone scanned it. I haven't gone back to try to even figure it out, but it doesn't hurt, I don't think. So now people can scan there when I'm just in a networking on Zoom or anything. What I have on this side, I have a website here for the people that don't want to scan a QR code. For it's just always having a little bit of way that someone can get a hold of you. Because what if you're in a Zoom networking and you spoke up and said something, but then the person didn't get your phone number? Well, they can get your website or something. Don't make it difficult for people to get a hold of you. That's why in my marketing, I like to have a website always there. So when someone sees it, I don't want them to be like, man, I wonder how to find that lifestyle REI. They're going to Google that. And look, my Google ranking is not high enough to be on the first page. So I don't want them to get lost. I don't want them to think, well, maybe this is about a hiking company because people do get that confused sometimes if they're not in the real estate world. So just be intentional with it. Don't overthink it, but put some intentionality into it. If you haven't already taken some action on it, I'm going to encourage you to take a picture now at some point here. Take a picture, put it on Facebook, put on Instagram, put on whatever social media you have. Tag Real Estate IQ. Maybe they'll share it. Tag me. I'll share it. Let's help each other out. Let's be in each other's networks. It helps everyone grow. It's abundance mentality. All right, let's keep going though. Consistency is key. You cannot post once. I've talked about the consistency. I told you this is the one that's going to be consistently said through here. I hope you like my bad puns or jokes. You have to keep going. People aren't going to remember you after one post. You can't also just, I would say, shove it down their throat on their Facebook over and over and over, where all they see is your marketing about what you do. That's why I like to make my posts a little more fun, my personality, so that people enjoy seeing it instead of like tired of Adrian's posting again about mobile homes. What else works? How do I stay consistent? How do I think of ideas all the time? You know what I do? I follow other people that I like their stuff. I'm like, oh, I like the way they worded that. And then I just take it and change 25% of it and make it my own personality. Believe it or not, there's really nothing new out there. Very little. Everything I do, there's someone who's done it in the past. We just take it. You don't directly copy. If you do, at least keep my same website on or my phone number. No, you take it and you make it your personality. So if you want to do that with any of my sites, look, here's all my social media. Go there, follow it, find posts you like, reword it, make it your personality, and reuse it. Because I'm going to do the same with maybe you, other people. It's a fun thing to keep doing. And there's people out there that started copying my Wi-Fi stuff, and now there's my my mom's my mom buys mobile homes. I can't remember. There's like three or four other ones that started popping up after mine because it worked. And it's flattery, when someone's copying you. And as long as their mom really does buy, I'm cool with it. So again, right now, get in there, tag, check in somehow, help more people end up at these. So then there's even more speakers, even more great information. Let's tag each other. And when you're doing this, what you're doing and you're using the algorithm, remember, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of these platforms, they want you using it and they want you creating content. When they come out with something new, use it. That's why I'm starting to do reels. It's not my expertise, but I'm starting to do more of them. Facebook Lives. I told you I'm starting to do more videos because if I do all that, then they like me. When they like me, my stuff appears to more people, which is what we're really looking to do. We're virtually networking. All right, this photo. Photo represents two types of people. Everyone falls in the category somewhere, and it's kind of I think of it as like a sliding scale. We've got our introverts out there with lots of energy and dancing around and high energy. And then we have our introverts. They're like, that's too much. Just kind of leave me alone. Let me be in my bubble. Let me just talk to one or two people. You're both very important personalities. You need to understand your own personality and then how to communicate with the other. That's probably the harder. I'm actually a little bit more on the introvert side, but I can do the right things for myself. I've studied myself enough to be an extrovert when I'm on Zoom and when I'm at meetings. Oh, for my tips for the introverts, if it's draining what I look like I do, don't do it. If it's draining to go to a meeting, but you're like, I really need to go to them, well, then maybe you need to take a nap before or do whatever does helps you personally recharge. So you got to recharge. I love that term. Everyone has their own way. A lot of times it's something to do with silence and a nap. I take a 8-12 minute nap, somewhere in that range. And that like recharges me that I want to deal with people and be around people and talk again, which I do love it once I'm there, but emotionally it can be a little draining. Then you have the extroverts. Extroverts have tons of energy. Honestly, extroverts have so much energy they're intimidating to some introverts. So an extrovert, you're great out there talking. You're great at the meetings and social butterflying, making sure everyone has your card. If you come across someone that's more introverted and you can tell, just dial it back a little bit so you're not over intimidating to that person. Now, introverts usually can create a really good rapport and really connect. They're not going to go and meet 50% of the room. They're going to meet two, three, four people and really connect and be memorable and create a real bond and friendship and then maybe business partner. Extroverts tend to meet a few more people and they're not as tight of a bond and a connection. So again, we all have different benefits of our personalities. Start learning how to use yours. All right, let's talk about Zoom real quick because, like it or not, we're not leaving the Zoom world. It's here. Look, we're on it right now. It's a way to network faster. It's a way to be at meetings, utilize our time. Do I personally like in-person meetings more? Yes, I do. Does it fit my life as well as Zoom? No, it doesn't. So, Zoom, if it's like a networking meeting on Zoom, turn your camera on. Most people never turn their camera on. If you have your camera on, you can be remembered. You're usually over on the first page because everyone that doesn't have the camera on gets pushed to the back. And honestly, if you have your camera on, you're probably going to pay attention a little bit better, which means you actually get more out of it. I know for me, when I don't have my camera on, I seem to get squirrel and look over and do other things, and then I'm not paying attention to the meeting. Got to be present. Have your background. I talked about my virtual background a little bit, the website on it, maybe a QR code. Uh, if you're in a networking one, your name. So do you own your name website? So mine is adriansmude.com. I used to have that as a landing page. It went all different places. Now it just forwards to another page. That is now my name. So that you can see in my name, you actually get my name, but then you have a way to contact me. Oh, sometimes people put their phone number there. You want to put something, you want to actually have your name, but find a way that people can connect with you. Yeah, name and contact. So you can network when you're in Zoom. And if it's the right type of meeting on Zoom, network in the chat as well. Be memorable, be interactive, speak up a little bit. The people that speak up usually get remembered. And it sounds scary, and it is at first. But remember, everyone else on there is. And people will look at you like, man, he or she is pretty brave. Okay, let's talk about in person. We got a few more minutes. I'm going to speed through some of these. These are some key things. Before the meeting, know your goal. What is your goal of that meeting? Yes, we want to do a little bit of everything. We want to create a network, meet new people. Maybe you have a deal you want to pitch. Maybe you're looking to buy something. Maybe you're looking for funding. Maybe you're just there for education. I usually go for all of these things, but we need to have one main focus goal before we go in so we can be more purposeful, so that we can also practice our introduction. We want to kind of have, we can call it an elevator pitch. I don't like the word pitch. It's more of an opportunity. Maybe my goal that time is just to meet new people. So I want to just talk about each other. Maybe the next time I go, all I want to do is unload a property I have. So my intro is going to be a little bit more about this property I have. Or maybe I'm looking to buy. Like I want to buy at that meeting. All I'm going to talk about is so you want to kind of know your goal so that you can have your introduction tweaked a little bit to cater to that goal, and just practice it a few times. Sit there in your car 5 minutes before you go in, look up in the mirror, and just say it a few times. It will feel silly the first few times you do it, but I'm telling you, you're not going to say it perfect the exact same way, but it will flow better and you'll have a little bit more confidence and pep in your step. Recharge, introverts. Don't forget recharge. It's so important to recharge before a meeting because you're going to enjoy it more. And if you enjoy it more, you're going to go back. If you go back, you're going to continue your marketing. Give yourself a confidence boost. Sometimes maybe you just need to hear something nice. You get on YouTube and listen to like the Mel Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Hal Elrod, whoever it is you need to. Maybe you call a friend and say, hey, give me two great things about myself. I need a little more confidence before I walk in this meeting. And then don't forget business cards. Business cards can be, I'm old school. I like the old school paper colored business cards. It can be digital. I've got the QR code thing that people are doing now. I told you I like the old school, but I'm not resistant. And if you don't have any of them, get a piece of paper and write your name, what you'll do, your email, and your phone number. At least do that. That's way better than having nothing. It amazes me how many meetings I go to that people don't have anything. Well, how am I going to contact you? And I like to get your information. And that is because it is so rare that I give you my card that you actually follow up with me. I just had people at some recent meetings I went to. I said, are you sure you're going to follow up? And yeah, I promise. Still haven't heard from them. It's a shame. Your style attire. Is it a bright yellow shirt? Is it a suit? Is it a collared shirt? Is it a Ninja Turtle shirt? That's what I had before I wore my neon yellow. Whatever it is, there's no right or wrong as long as it fits your personality and it's fun for you. All right, so during the meeting, arrive early so you can network and you can talk to people. Introverts might like that a little more because it's not as many people, it's not as noisy. You can, start talking to one-on-one a little bit more. If you're intimidated, there's usually a vendor or some type of sponsors there. They would love to talk to you. Like they're trying to win your business over. Go talk to them. That's how, well, actually, I did that last night at a brand new meeting. I didn't know if I was going to know anyone. I went to talk to some of the vendors first, got me moving a little bit, built my confidence up a little bit. And it kind of like handed off to other people would come up and I could start talking to them. It's a good way to start moving around with the conversation. Exchange the business cards. We talked about that. Take a picture for social media. I showed you already. Hopefully you've already done it here virtually, but do it there as well. Post it on social media. So you got to take it and it doesn't post itself. So post something about the meeting, tag, I like to come up with something a little bit different. You can see some conversations going on from the one I did last night. Stay late if you can. Now, look, I understand we don't all have the time to go early and stay late. Last night, I couldn't get there early. Actually, I got there late, but I could stay late. Ideally, I try to do both. but that's when you get some more networking time. Business cards. Look, you do what you need to do on it, but for me, I like to be simple, easy, clear to read with contact information. You can see I have the socials on here too, but sometimes people have this really tiny, I can't read it. Or they'll have it in all this crazy cursive that looks pretty, but it's hard to read. Don't make it difficult for people to contact you. Your calendar. Put your meetings in your calendar ahead of time. You can always move them. You know, if your spouse says, "Hey, I really want to go on a date tomorrow night," okay, yeah, that should come before the meeting. But at least it's there because uh, if it's there, you'll probably do it, especially over like watching TV or something. Real Estate IQ, they have their calendar. Go to the website, put it in your calendar now. If it changes, okay, it changes, or you can't make it, but at least it's there. It helps prioritize some. I love talking about taking action. You won't ever hear me speak without some type of action quotes because that is what we're all about. You learn stuff today, and if you don't take action with it, it's just entertainment. So take massive, imperfect action. My late great friend Bill Morello always talked about this, and I just took it and ran with it with him. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just go with it. Plan to fail forward a little bit, but taking action is how we succeed. You are what you do, not what you say you'll do. That one stings sometimes for me. If I say I'm going to do something a lot, then someone says, "Well, when's the last time you did it? Or do you do that?" I'm like, ooh. So show people by your actions, not by what you say. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. It's so simple. We get caught up sometimes. You know, I got overwhelmed making this new course I'm working on. I'm gonna tell you about it in a second. I got overwhelmed at one point. I found myself not moving forward, and it's because I thought this was this huge big elephant, and I was like, oh no, let's just get started. And then the momentum went, and then I got organized, and it went really fast. But I didn't get started. I got my head. So this was another quote that just helped me get through it real quick. So that's what it is. I want to tell you real quick, if you love this stuff, I got the offer for you. This is a brand new course I'm coming out with, how to market yourself like a pro. We're going to go way deeper into everything I talked about here. It's live on Zoom. We're going to go through getting you a personalized approach for your personality, remember. Online and in-person marketing. We touched on a little bit of those tonight. We're going to do even more of those. I don't know why I keep doing that. Attract more customers. Look, we can't do more business unless we attract more people coming in. Free and paid marketing. I still do a lot of free stuff. I do some paid stuff as well, but there's a lot of free stuff that still works. Why have this massive budget to just say you spend that much on marketing? Build your fun brand. I can't say that one up. It's got to be fun so you keep doing it and you want to do it. So think back to meetings you've been to. How much has it costed you by not having more and the right people in your network? I make a lot of money in all my businesses because of who's in my network. Who do I know? It's sometimes doing a business transaction with them, or sometimes just jump on the phone like, "Hey, could you help me like solve this problem?" And they lend it a ear. They help out some. So your network can help so much. So the course is on my site, 247. But obviously, you're going to get a better deal because you're here from Real Estate IQ, and it's $97. I haven't sold it at that price yet, so it's $150 off. Don't spread this all around the world. This is for the Real Estate IQ family. So it's how to market yourself like a pro. It's a live on Zoom, February 17th. You'll get the recording. So if for some reason you can't make it, you get the Zoom course, you get the recording, you're going to get the digital workbook, you're going to get the slides, you're going to get the private community to ask clarifying questions within it. And again, it's 247 and $97 is what you get for it. You go to that QR code, it'll bring you to the checkout page. Whoops, got to go through it again because I see, look, I didn't even get all this perfect. And in the past, that would have like destroyed my confidence, but it's okay. I messed up a little bit. And see, I make a joke of it, then helps me not feel like ashamed that I messed up the order of the slides a little bit. That's a direct link because not everyone likes a QR code. But if I can help you at all, reach out. I don't know if there are any questions that I missed, and I am on time, so we have enough time to talk about any questions that may have come through. I know I talk fast sometimes. I get excited, and I don't know. Do we have any questions? So it's going to be, I know one question that I think is coming through or will come through is like, how long is this course going to be? And what times? Honestly, I don't have that dead set yet. It's going to be mid-morning. So let's say it's probably going to be 10:30, 11 Eastern time because I got to make room for the West Coast people to not have to get up super early on a Saturday. And it's going to be about 4 hours. I'm not gonna put exact end time. I'm gonna put it estimated because if you ask a lot of questions, it's gonna be a little bit longer. And I want you to ask a lot of questions. I'm gonna have a lot of material there, but it's gonna be interactive. You're going to actually do some work. Like, yes, I said work. You're not gonna just come and listen. At least I hope you don't. Because you're going to have a workbook. You're going to have to ask some questions and we're going to interact with each other and brainstorm. And my goal is you're going to leave that day with a little bit farther along with your brand. Something that you can just start taking action on right then that's about your personality. That's what I want. I don't want you to just go away from it with this long to-do list to start doing. I want you to go away with some things to improve on, but like a starting block. So we're going to exchange ideas within it. Let me see if I can figure out. I don't think I have the chat thing up. I don't know. I don't think we have any questions. Sorry, Zoom was always looking a little different. I feel like every time they update it. If anyone has any questions, I'm here. Guess I answered everything in there. And
Yeah,
honestly, I'd love
maybe
some.
you answered everything.
I would love some feedback. This is the first time I've given this presentation, so
It
this
was
was
amazing. I will
new. Thank you.
actually I will actually send a poll that maybe help you, Adrian, so people can answer regarding the feedback.
Okay.
Like if they like the topic and what
Yeah.
other topic would people be interested in seeing more. So everybody feel free to answer it and also take advantage that Adrian is still here so you can clarify all the concerns you may have.
And,
You can
uh,
either use it, yeah,
no,
sorry.
I was gonna say I want to remind people that yes, I do mobile homes, but all of these topics you have on the screen right here, you can use this marketing for all of them. So don't think it's just mobile homes. Sometimes people think that because they just think of me of only the mobile home guy. Marketing's marketing. You change the words to multifamily, fix and flip, mobile home, short-term rentals, investments. The marketing behind the scenes is just about the same. We got to find our avatar and go that way a little bit, but we got to market for all of these. Awesome. Jerome, please try some of the introvert actions. It's test it out and try a little bit and if then just kind of get some feedback for yourself. All right, well then maybe I need to do this. And my wife is much more of an introvert than I am. And I honestly I get frustrated when we'd be at a mastermind because I would get very extroverted, at 3 days straight, and I'm just like go, 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 go. But then I would kind of crash. And I would get a little frustrated at one point because I'd be like, well, why don't go back to the room for lunch? Like, let's go hang out with people. And in between dinner, like, let's go hang out. And she's like, again, it was my fault because I was kept trying to push her. What she taught me though was if she goes on lunch and takes a nap or just watches some TV or gets on her phone, whatever it is, and then a little window right afterwards in between, then that's her recharge times. And she'd be fine for the rest of the time. Like that is what's such an aha moment for me. She wasn't avoiding hanging out with people. She wanted to, but she needed a recharge to have the energy to hang out. So that has just always been great for me to remember. So yeah, Jerome, definitely use what you need so you can make it. How do you determine a good market for mobile homes? That's a whole nother uh topic. I don't remember. Can they find the replays, or do we just have to do another mobile home one if on that?
Yeah, we can send it to anyone
Yeah,
interested in.
yeah, and the I can't answer that in 3 minutes. I'm sorry. I'd love to, but I had trouble enough to do that in the 45 minutes to 50 minutes I get on here. I got in late. Will this topic be on again soon? Definitely need some introvert action. Okay, so this is good information for me. There's maybe more introverts in here than I thought. And I was almost wondering if I was pushing too much on introvert stuff. But I think this topic is easier for extroverts, which is one reason I've learned so much about the introverts because again, I am right there that I do talk a little bit more about the introverts. I think we can struggle more with this, but I'll tell you, there's some data out there that we as introverts are actually better networkers because we build a better connection. So great energy, very good job telling stories and helping reinforce your points. Oh, thank you, Greg. Love my eviction notices. Thank you, Kay. I'm glad I kept them. Yeah, I don't even know why I kept them, but now it came good. It wasn't fun at the time. Well, sorry, it wasn't fun receiving them at the time. The parties were fun. I'm not gonna try to say they weren't. Good stuff. Things are always, yeah, in retrospect, they're definitely funnier. All right, I appreciate the feedback that you all have had and being here and listening. Hopefully, like I said, you took something. I'm gonna jump on social media in a few minutes here and see who's tagged Real Estate IQ and me, and so we can all network together and help promote each other, and everyone's business does better. It's abundance mentality. We'll all grow together.
Thank you, Adrian, and thank you
You're
everybody
welcome.
for your questions and this amazing interaction. We expect you in future webinars. I don't know if anyone else wants to do a last question, maybe. If not, or if you come with a new question later, you can always reach Adrian or us, and we will be happy to help you, and we will send you the recording if Adrian is okay with it.
Of course. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so
Yeah.
for everybody that maybe missed it or came in late, you can always have the recording for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you,
Yeah.
Adrian. It was an amazing, amazing presentation as always. And we expect you in future webinars as a speaker, and we expect everybody else to attend our webinars. So have a wonderful day and rest of the week.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a great year. Bye bye.